Welcome to another episode of Connecting Pathways series. Hope you have watched our previous episode in engagement strategies. Today, we will be discussing on managing stress in young minds. Is there any one of you who haven't felt stressed? Everyone has felt stressed out at some point of time. Stress is a normal part of life. In some situations, it can be helpful as well. It's very common for teenagers and kids to feel stressed out from time to time. However, if you're worried that your child is under a lot of stress and is going on for a while or is affecting their everyday life, there are things you can do to help them out. What do you think stress is? It is a condition that can disturb the normal physical and mental health of an individual. It is a body's reaction to a challenge. Do you think all stress is bad? Some of you might say that all stress is bad, but I believe that good stress is different from bad stress in some important ways. I will be discussing 3 types of stress: good stress, tolerable stress, and toxic stress. Good stress is the type of stress we feel when we are excited. This can be viewed as a positive experience that increases enthusiasm, motivation, and engagement. Sometimes the stress which children have while preparing for exam is good stress because it motivates them to prepare well. The second type of stress is tolerable stress. It is a stress that experienced during a challenging time and generally goes away when the event that triggers the stress is over. Children might experience tolerable stress when a loved pet dies, or if an environment disaster that has happened, like flood, cyclone, and etc. The third type of stress is toxic stress. Toxic stress is a prolonged and intense stress that has the potential to negatively impact the physical and mental health of a child. Few examples of toxic stress in a child are physical and sexual abuse, physical and emotional neglect. One of the major points to remember is that all stress is not trauma, but all trauma leads to stress. For example, deadline for assignments might cause stress for the child, but may not be traumatic. Now, let us see the causes of stress. Stress can come from various sources and have significant impact on the child's physical and mental health. Understanding the cause of stress in a child helps the parents and caregivers take steps to mitigate it. We will be discussing on 5 causes of stress of children. The first one, school-related stress. Children may feel stressed during the academic pressure, bullying, or social issues at school. They may also struggle with test anxiety. The second one, stress due to family problem. Issues such as divorce, financial problem, or a sick parent causes stress in children. They may feel insecure, anxious, and worried about the well-being of the family. One of a child who was referred for counseling from a school to our organization was really disturbed and showing different symptoms of stress. We had different sessions of counseling. Then we also had a session with the parents. During the session with the parents, we understood that there were a lot of issues between the parents which led to argument between them almost every day in front of the child. This has led the child to a difficult situation. So issues in the family can also lead the child to stress, and it can negatively impact the development of the child. The third cause is stress due to trauma. Trauma such as abuse, neglect, and exposure to violence can have a long-term impact on the child's mental and emotional well-being. Stress due to illness and disability. Children who have chronic illness and disability may experience stress due to impact on their daily life. The fifth cause, stress due to changes in the environment. Children may also feel stress due to changes in the environment, such as moving to a new home or starting a new school. Stress is a normal part of life, but it can be overwhelming for children. It is important that we help our children in these situations. I would like to conclude by saying this. It is important to remember that every child is different and be affected by different causes of stress. Understanding the cause of stress in children is a first step in helping them cope and overcome it. Please stay tuned and watch our next episode as we will be discussing the signs of stress and how to deal with stress in children. Thank you.